Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Albert and Billy Show. You're listening to us here on WUAT Radio and watching us on Channel 18, BTC Fiber Television, and on the BTC Fiber YouTube channel as well. Get on the BTC Fiber YouTube channel and like, subscribe, comment. Hopefully, really nice comments. That'd be great.
That word subscribe is very important.
Right, yeah, subscribe.
I called a telephone company the other day. My television was jumping 40 channels at a time. And finally, she told me what to do, and I said, I'll try. So finally, I called her back, and she said, look on your screen when you see subscribe in yellow. You'll know that your channel is fixed.
Okay.
And
you finally saw it?
It worked.
You saw it? Cool.
Subscribe.
That's right. Subscribe. And our goal, we didn't know to even tell people to subscribe at first, but then we realized it. We wanted to get to 1,000. I remember one of them telling us that. I can't remember who said it. Not Russ, but Anthony Ladd. Yeah, I know he was one of them that told us that too. To get over 1,000. So, but we well past that though. I don't know what it's at now, but I know it's way past 1,000. So keep it up, folks. Keep subscribing. I know some people say they can't. And I've had that problem before too. Sometimes YouTube will log you out. And if you can't remember your password, you're pretty much you're gonna have a hard time. So some of them can't subscribe. They've told me, and I've seen them. Some of them have showed me that it is real aggravating. But if you can subscribe, and you know your YouTube password, or you're already logged in your account, just hit that subscribe button, and you can see all the original shows on Channel 18 YouTube channel. Pretty day today, Papa, but really hot. Woo, really hot. And you said it's going to get up to 88 today.
That's what the television said.
Okay, the television said that. I think they might have got it right today. Because it's really hot.
Mighty close.
I think it might be 88 right here. It feels like it, but I'm extremely hot-natured. Papa used to be hot-natured, folks. Then he gets on blood thinners. Now he's really cold-natured. And trust me, it's not affecting him one bit. But anyway, we have a few announcements, Papa. I'll do the birthdays first. You give me a few birthdays.
There's not very many.
I know, which this might be a first. Usually there's a whole bunch of them. So I got it easy this week. So we want to wish a happy birthday to the following people. What is today's date?
Today's April the 4th.
The 4th, okay. I was stuck on the 3rd for some reason. Okay, happy birthday to Victoria Brown. Hers was on April the 2nd. April the 3rd, yesterday, Judy Roberts had a birthday. And, today, Leanne Winningham. I hope I'm saying that right. Leanne Winningham. Happy birthday, Leanne. Hers is today. Tomorrow, Will Ridley has a birthday, so happy birthday, Will. On April the 6th, got, I always say this name wrong. Producer, man, I know you know. Riley Melanchon? Melanson. I always say that name wrong. Riley Melanson. Happy birthday, Riley. His is on April the 6th. Also on April the 6th, Lamar Hughes has a birthday. So happy birthday, Lamar. And then got two birthdays on April the 8th. That's Allison Goforth. Happy birthday, Allison. And Michael Blankenship. Happy birthday, Michael. So happy birthday, Victoria, Judy, Leanne, Will, Riley, Lamar, Allison, and Michael. Hope all of y'all did have, are having, or will have a great birthday. I nailed that one, didn't I?
You covered all bases. You
I sure did, didn't I? Well, Paw Creek Falls Fire Department, they're going to have their monthly breakfast. This month it'll be on Saturday, April the 26th. It'll be from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. And, well, we like their menu. Biscuits and gravy, scrambled eggs, hash browns, waffles. There we go, with some fruit toppings. And fresh fruit available as well, along with bacon, sausage, country ham, fried bologna, as Papa says. They even put it as bologna.
Really?
Look here. Yeah. See that? Fried bologna.
That's how you spell it.
But that is how you spell bologna, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that is just, it just don't sound right, though.
Well,
bologna.
We pronounce it N-E-Y.
Yeah, that's
bologna.
why. And it's spelled like bologna. Like, that's why you say that. Okay. It cracks me up, though. That's the one thing, I mean, I would eat everything on this menu, but I do not like bologna, however you want to say it. I don't like it.
Most of these places give you 4 choices of meat.
Yeah, they do, don't they? You get a good selection, that's for sure. And a drink, you can have some orange juice, a cup of coffee, milk, or a glass of water. It's $10 per plate. Children 10 and under eat for free. Remember, this is always for a good cause, because notice the word volunteer fire department. So they have to have these events to keep it up and running, don't they? So you're doing a good deed by going, and also you'll get a really good plate of breakfast for doing so.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win.
$10.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And like
they give
I said,
you ample food.
It's for a really good cause. Let's see, Papa. Looks like I might have a more in-depth one on that one. I want to make sure. No. Okay, maybe not. Okay. Anyway, the rescue squad. It looks like it says pre-sale. Could that be right? Pre-sale? Maybe. Hopefully that's what this says. I can't read the writing that good. Pre-sale. I guess on the reason I thought I saw this in the paper. The reason is because I don't see the day of when they're having this. So we'll try to find out the date for you guys, but obviously pretty soon the rescue squad's going to be having Boston butts for $45, smoked BOL, I guess smoked bologna, or smoked. I don't know. I don't know who wrote this, but I'm gonna have to get out of the paper. It says $25 for that. I do know you can order now by calling 994-8038 and ask for Clarissa. Once again, it's 423-994-8038. May have to call her and get the information so I can see this with writing that I can actually read. That would be nice. Let's see here. I can read this one. It's an Easter egg hunt. This one is going to be on, well, I guess April. When is Easter?
April 20th.
Okay, that makes sense then. I want to make April 19th. So yeah, I was right. April 19th. There'll be an Easter egg hunt at the Pikeville ball fields. Well, that's pretty cool. This is something new. I've never heard of them doing this, so I like that idea. It'll be from 12 to 3 o'clock, 12 noon to 3 o'clock on April the 19th. It's Easter egg hunt, and it's at the Pikeville ball field. So that's the start. Maybe that'll be a new tradition that they start. I like that idea. And let's see. On April the 8th, the rescue squad, I believe. I would love to know who wrote this. I'm telling you. They don't read the writing worth the flip. I think it says $3 tacos. $3 tacos at the rescue squad on April the 8th. and it's $10. That sounds really good, but that's all the information that is on here about that. So, but remember April the 8th, which is not that far away. The Rescue Squad $3 tacos, but
It'd be Tuesday.
yeah, Tuesday. But I don't know. Boy, I don't know because of the writing. I see $3 and I see $10. So this could be a blooper reel right now. I'm trying to read that pop up. I'll try to get the information out of some of Dan's announcements here. Maybe maybe I can actually read it. Okay, now that's the only one I could read very well. I've already done that one. I'll have to do that. Make sure I got everything. Is there one tomorrow, producer, of breakfast anywhere? I know there's one Saturday they skip, but there's usually one every Saturday, isn't there?
Well, yeah, if the rescue squad has one, theirs is usually on the first Saturday. But since they're having all that other, I don't know that they're going to have.
Oh, okay. Well, the problem is I can't read the writing though. The Boston Butts, it says 3. I guess no, 3 to 1 don't make sense, and 4 to 5 don't make sense. And today is April the 4th, so it could possibly be on April the 5th. I see 4 or 5, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to try to cipher that anymore. We'll try. Yeah, we'll try to find out about the Rescue Squad breakfast for you guys. Oh yeah, on April the 5th, the Bellevue Community Center will be hosting an Easter egg hunt. So you can check that out, folks, at 12 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. That'll be at the Bellevue Community Center. So that'll be tomorrow on it. April the 5th, 12 o'clock. Any donations will be appreciated. Plastic eggs filled with goodies and prize baskets will be given away. Call 881-3054 to make arrangements to drop off donations. Hamburgers and hot dog plates will be available for purchase as well. That sounds like a good event, Papa.
I would like to go to that.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to let you read your announcement now. Your big whopping one announcement.
I have one. This is the BC car show.
The
Bledsoe
BC car show, okay.
Bledsoe County something.
Right.
BC.
Yeah, I don't know.
Car show is tomorrow.
Okay.
From 9 to 3 at the Bledsoe Vocational Center.
Oh, that's what it is then. Bledsoe County Vocational Center car show. We figured it out.
Bledsoe County Vocational School.
Yep.
Car show.
Okay.
That's a big deal.
That is. And I'm not aware of them ever doing that before either. So
I'm not either.
Might be another new tradition there. So yeah, that's tomorrow, folks. So
People's got these old cars. They want to show them in.
That's right. Then that's so we figured out the VC part, Papa. It's a Bledsoe County Vocational Center. They'll have a car show tomorrow, and it's all day pretty much, isn't it? 9 a.m. to 3. So
that's
go
not
check
like
that out.
Baker's hours.
I know it, right? Well, Papa, it is trivia time in Tennessee, and I don't know if I'm ready for it or not.
You're not done the
I'll do that after.
Okay.
Well, that's not a bad idea, but I guess I can mix it up and do that while I'm thinking about it. Before we do trivia, we'll give a quick thank you to our sponsors. Our newest one is the Vape and Smoke Shop right here on Main Street. Call 447-3575. Best prices on tobacco products, the cheapest beer in town, and they have a special on nicotine vapes. You can buy 2 and get 1 for free. Once again, their number is 447-3575, and they're right here on Main Street. It is a really nice place. It's nice in there. They got a little bit of everything in there, actually. Also, a big thank you to the following people and businesses: Citizens Tri-County Bank, Bilberry Insurance, Scotty's of Pikeville, the offices of Janine Boynton, Lisa Wheeler, and Michael Walker. Also, thank you to Matt Massengale and Farm Bureau Insurance down in South Pikeville, along with Heather Reed at Putnam Reed Funeral Home. Morgan Brothers, remember their buffet. Their buffet is really good, folks. If you've not tried that, try their buffet. And also the Bank Walker Brewery. And remember, on Thursdays, if you want to play in the pool league that they have, you can do so. Or you can just go up there and chill out and watch. Or just watch TV. They have TVs there. It's a good place just to go get some good food and relax, and really nice atmosphere. And they're over on Spring Street, right next to Spring Street Antiques, another sponsor. Cliff and Gale's newest store. We filmed there not that long ago, Papa. And they're back open here as well, Nicaro Antiques. They are back open. I was so glad to see Gail today. That was a good surprise. And also thank you to Milldam Outdoor Adventures. It's Lola's, right here on Main Street, Lee Station Baptist Church. The Daily Stop, in my opinion, the best pizza in town. It's Quilting Time. Our neighbor right here on Cumberland Avenue. Used to be the Loom, the Lucky Star. I always say that's the best kept secret in Bledsoe County. The Lucky Star. If you've not checked out that place, definitely need to. Beautiful, beautiful piece of property.
It is.
And Dexter's Barbershop. He's been here for a long time too, isn't he?
They're not open on Monday.
Not open on Monday.
I'm
Okay.
going to have my haircut Monday.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, Daddy, they don't open till Tuesday.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that either. I did not know that. Okay, Papa. Now it's trivia time in Tennessee.
Okay. I happen to have some things ready for you.
I'm sure you do.
Ready for anybody that's watching.
Lay it
What
on.
kind of creature was Moby Dick?
A whale.
A whale.
Yes. Thank
A
you.
big whale.
Yeah, a very big one, wasn't he?
If you have an official that calls a TKO during the process, what is that official called?
A ref.
A referee.
Okay. Yeah, there we go.
A pilotless plane has no pilot.
Scary.
I don't want to be on there.
I don't either.
What do you call that kind of plane?
I don't. Pilotless plane. Ooh. I don't know. You got another clue?
A drone.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
It's rolled out for celebrities. 2 words.
Red carpet.
Red carpet.
Oh, good guess,
You ever
Bill.
had that rolled out for you?
Well, all the time, you know.
What is another word for a hero sandwich?
What was another word for a hero? A hero sandwich.
Hero sandwich.
Lifeline.
Subway.
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 Oh, all right. Good.
Or sub. It's just sub sandwich.
Okay.
To make a blank, blank, blank.
Well, that is the worst clue ever.
Okay, let me put it this way.
This is literally your clue. To make a blank, blank, blank.
You want to make what kind of story? Short story.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of story you want to make into a long? I said the long.
Well, good. I'll get credit for it.
If you glide on a rink, what are you doing?
If we're gliding on a, what's a rink?
Rink. R-I-N-K.
Is it like a skating rink? Is that what you're meaning? So, are you skating?
Skating.
Okay.
What do you call your document when you have to travel overseas?
God.
4 letters.
Passport. Or what now?
4 letters.
Oh, well, passport, but I don't know. What's the other?
Passport. Visa.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
What is a talking bird?
Oh, a parrot.
A parrot is one, and minor bird is two.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Minor.
I don't know if I've ever seen one of them.
M-Y-N-A.
Learn something new every day.
Blank, blank, pig's eye. What do you say? Pig's eye is part of it.
Lifeline, pig's eye. I don't often think about a pig's eye, so I really don't know this.
A pig's eye.
Oh, crap. If you just said it's a saying, maybe I'd have got it. Maybe.
A snaky fish.
A snaky fish?
A snaky fish. It's called a fish.
It is?
But it's like a snake.
What in the world would that be? You got a clue, Lava? What letters it start with?
3 letters.
Oh my gosh. A snaky fish. 3 letters. I don't.
Eel. E-E-L.
Dang it. If you just said electric, maybe that I could have got it. That'd been a good clue, Papa.
What is another word for a broad street?
Another word for Broad Street?
Broad street. For a broad street.
Wide, maybe?
What is another name for it?
I don't know, for Broad Street. For a Broad Street.
Avenue.
Oh, okay. That
Sitting
makes
on that
sense.
Avenue.
I'm going to count myself as getting that one before that right, though, dang it.
What is a bouquet holder?
A bouquet holder.
If you want to take a bouquet of roses to a lady friend, what would you put them in?
The vase?
A vase.
Ah, finally.
Or a vase.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard people call it that.
If you want to say yes, if you want to say yes in German or yes in French, what would you say?
Oui.
That's in French.
Yeah. I don't know any German, so.
Ja.
Shoot. That's how you say yes. Ja.
What is the wine valley called in California?
Napa.
Napa.
Yes. Whew.
If something is really, really tiny, 3 letters.
Back to the 3-letter thing. Go ahead.
Really, really small. What do you want to say about it?
I have no idea.
We. W-E-E.
Oh, yeah, like Pee-wees. I'm going to count myself as getting that right, too.
That's all I have in.
Thank goodness. Those were pretty tough, Papa.
Aren't you glad?
Yes.
Let me have that.
Here you go. All right, folks. So I'm going to give myself an A on trivia because those were tough. Just like that one clue. Blank, blank, blank. What a clue that was, I tell you. Anyway, folks. Stick around, folks. Coming up after the break, we'll have some sports of all sorts for you. Unfortunately, it was depressing being a Tennessee fan last week. Very depressing, but we'll give you an update on all the March Madness going on. And we'll have some good old Albertology as well. And, of course, Papa will end it with his famous jokes. That's all coming up. That and more is coming up right after the commercial break. Stick around, folks. We'll be right back.
You need a bank that you can depend on. Here at Citizens Tri-County Bank, we have the most dependable staff that you will ever meet. Call in, you will not get an automated attendant, you'll get a person. But on the other side, we have all the technology that anyone would need, from apps to online banking to bill pay. So please come and grow with us as we're about to celebrate our 50th year. We are the only community bank you will ever need.
Support small business and shop DunlapMercantile.com.
Bledsoe Telephone Cooperative, connecting the Sequatchie Valley to the world.
At Jason Lewis Dunlap Supercenter, we're committed to be better. Better prices, better vehicles, a better experience. Your Jason Lewis Dunlap Supercenter understands that you rely on us to provide you with the highest quality of used vehicles. With over 350 pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. So what are you waiting for? Let us show you a better experience with the Jason Lewis Automotive family. Come visit us at Rankin Avenue here in Dunlap or on the web at dunlapsupercenter.com.
Welcome back, folks, to the Albert and Billy Show here on WUAT Radio and Channel 18 BTC Fiber Television and BTC Fiber YouTube channel. Papa, it's time for some sports of all sorts. It's going to be a little depressing today. Oh, well, if you're a UT fan anyway. Our Lady Vols and Vols lost over the last weekend.
I didn't wear orange.
No. The Lady Vols lost in the Sweet 16 to Texas, and they should have won. I'll just tell you that. They come back, took the lead, and the last 3 minutes of that ball game, I don't know how else to say it, they just went all stupid. I mean, it's like they'd never seen a basketball in their life the last 3 minutes. That Whitehorn goes down the court 2 straight times and loses the ball off her leg. I mean, first off, the coach should have took her out of the ball game. This is critical time of the game, and you do that 2 times in a row. Then when I changed the channels, when they lost, Spencer, she had a wide open layup, but she's going too fast, so she went kind of under the basket, so she had to throw it back out. The girl she was throwing the ball to somehow fell down, literally fell down, and so Cooper had to go get the ball. So it went from a easy layup to nearly a half-court shot. I said, forget this. I'd seen enough. They played their worst ball at the most critical time.
But what you have to remember is that's the way the ball bounces.
It is, but I also remember that's fundamentals. Those are mistakes you can't make at crunch time. They played a good game until when it mattered the most. But hopefully they'll learn from it. I do give her a thumbs up, Kim Caldwell, for her first year. They made the Sweet 16. They beat UConn. That's always a plus.
That's a big plus.
And she has the #1 recruiting class coming in next year.
That's a big.
For 1 year, I have to give her a thumbs up on that. Now the men made it to the Elite Eight once again. But once again, they couldn't get past the Elite Eight. Still not made it to that Final Four.
But they won 30 games.
They did have a good year. They did. But
you want
the Elite Eight was tough to watch.
Go back last Saturday. Mm-hmm. They played Kentucky.
Yeah, no, that was fun to watch.
Okay. Kentucky beat them 5 out of 6. 2 in a row.
They did beat them 2 in a row, but now that 5 out of 6 stat was not true. I looked into that because I knew that wasn't right because we had beat them in Knoxville.
Kentucky, didn't we?
Yeah, and we had beat them in Knoxville a few times in a row until this year. So I don't know where that network came up with that stat, but we did lose twice to them this year. I knew we had a chance because it's really hard to beat a team evenly matched, 3 times. Very hard.
Yeah.
And Tennessee did play very good in that game, didn't they?
Tennessee's capable.
Yeah. I mean, they come out ready against Kentucky, but the Elite Eight was a different story.
But to beat Kentucky 13 points,
mm-hmm.
That's big time.
It is, and they did lead by more than that at one point in the ball game.
I don't know Kentucky's coach's name.
I don't either. It's so weird not seeing John Calipari over there.
John Calipari.
But he's not their coach anymore. But it's
He's
weird.
Arkansas.
He's Arkansas's coach, and he took them to the tournament this
And
year.
he beat St. Mary's,
Yeah, I think they made the Sweet 16.
and that's where another coach from Florida, Kentucky used to be.
Yes, Rick Pitino.
Rick Pitino.
I know it. What about that?
So we outcoached both of those coaches.
Yeah, at least we got the win over Kentucky.
In the Kentucky game, Ziegler got 17 or 18, and Zach got one more point, I think, than he did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they both played really good in that one.
Yeah.
Gainey come in there in double figures on that one too.
But
The Elite Eight game was just a much different story. They just weren't hitting nothing like they were against Kentucky. It was hard to watch.
Texas is good.
Yeah, on the girls,
they beat their girls.
They beat the Lady Vols, yeah. But like I said earlier, the girls still should have won. Texas is good, but Lady Vols had got the lead in the fourth quarter. Like I said, the last 3 minutes of the game they just went off stupid. They made dumb turnovers and lost the ball game.
Aren't the girls playing tonight?
Well, the women's Final Four is tonight, yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
And tomorrow is the
men's.
Men. The Tennessee plays at Tennessee.
Yeah, I wish.
Florida and Auburn plays at 5:59, I believe.
I know, what a stupid time. Why don't just say 6 o'clock? But it does guarantee the SEC a spot in the championship game, though, Papa.
You know, that guarantees us.
Who did the boys lose to? I'm going blank on that.
Who?
Who did we lose? Who did the two Tennessee boys lose to in the Elite Eight? I'm going blank on that. You probably got it wrote down. I don't know why, but I'm going blank on that. I'll have to look that up if you don't have it wrote down, because that'll drive me crazy. We beat Kentucky, and then we lost to somebody in the Elite Eight. Who was it?
Was it Houston?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, it was Houston.
Let me tell you about that
And
game.
they are good.
Let me tell you about that game with Houston.
Mhm.
We scored 15 points the first half.
Yeah, pathetic.
They scored 34.
Mm-hmm.
34 to 15.
We was in too big of a hole right off the bat.
The final score was 69 to 50. We
Mhm.
scored 35 points the second half.
Yeah.
They scored 35 points the second half.
Yeah. So if we just got off to a better start, we got off to a terrible start. Terrible start.
15 points?
You can't dig yourself a hole that big against a good team like Houston.
That was pitiful.
I realized then, and Houston, I didn't know Calvin Sampson was Houston's coach. So no wonder they're good. But I've been trying to figure out, why Houston been good all of a sudden just the past few years. Because, yeah, back in the 60s they won a championship, but they've not done jack squat since then until just recently. But that would be like a mid-major school too. Like,
Okay,
that's a
but
small school considering, but they're in a power conference now, so.
that coach does not score points, but that coach makes a difference.
He does. He's a good coach. They could win it. I mean, I could see them winning the national championship.
March Madness will be kaput
Mm-hmm.
after that will be
this
the
weekend.
last of it.
We got the Final Four, yeah. This is the big one. This weekend's a biggie, the Final Four. And Florida and Auburn play each other in the men's, don't they, in the Final Four?
SEC can't lose tomorrow.
One of them will be in that championship game.
One of them, but still they could lose in the championship.
I know. It's Florida, Auburn, Houston,
And Duke.
It's hard to pick a winner out of those four. It really is. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna root for Auburn because of Bruce Pearl.
I'm gonna root for Auburn.
Yeah.
I can't root for Florida.
No, I can't either.
That's that coach that would sneer at Tennessee.
Exactly. And the women, I think, let's see, it's Texas, UConn, UCLA, and South Carolina. There's where the SEC comes in. But I mean, honestly, I'd rather Texas or UCLA win it than UConn or South Carolina.
I don't have any trouble rooting for Texas.
Yeah,
They're in the SEC.
they're in the SEC, so I can root for them. I do think the favorite, though, even though this is their first Final Four, they've been number one most of the year, and that's UCLA. They've got some big girls. One is 6'7", and man alive, is she good. She's blocking all kinds of shots. She averages a double-double. It's going to be hard to beat them. They're going to be tough to beat. She dominates. I think that a team's only chance against them would maybe try to get her in foul trouble. Because I watched some other night, and she alters so many shots. Like teams can't drive in. She dominates the boards, and so I think that night she had 30 points, 10 rebounds.
I was sorry to say, if they can get the ball to her, she'll score.
Yeah, she just turns around and shoots it over them.
And she's very, very fast.
Yeah, and they play UConn in the Final Four, and I'll be for UCLA in that one. I'll root for anybody against UConn. But
Okay.
I think the point is, though, I think I can't pick a winner on the men's or the women's. Like they're all pretty evenly matched. They could go either way on all of them. But I'm going to root for Bruce Pearl and Auburn.
Okay.
So hopefully they win it, Papa.
Well, Tennessee beat them.
That's right. Yeah, that makes it even better.
Okay.
All right, so we on to Albertology.
That's all I have in sports.
Mm-hmm.
So Albertology's left.
All right.
No, we got jokes.
Well, of course you got your jokes. Last week, in Albertology, though, the stuff you was reading could have been the jokes, remember? They were all funny.
Sometimes it works out that way.
It does, don't it?
Listen to this.
All right.
This is behind the hits.
Behind the hits, okay.
The artist is Santana.
Santana, okay.
The song is Smooth.
Okay.
One night in 1997, Rob Thomas, lead singer of Matchbox 20,
Yeah.
had a dream.
Oh,
He was
really?
on the cover of Rolling Stone, shouting something into the ear of one of his musical heroes, Carlos Santana.
Oh, yeah.
A month later, Thomas was invited by R&B composer Talia Shire to contribute a song to Santana's next album.
Okay.
So he was thrilled to death.
I'd say so.
So they wrote a song inspired by Thomas's wife,
Oh, really?
Marisol Maldonado.
Boy, what's some names? Good
And sent a
grief.
rough demo tape to Santana.
Man.
Thomas recommended English pop star George Michael
George
for
Michael.
the words,
Mm-hmm.
but Santana liked what he heard on the demo. So I believe it when he sings. So
Right.
Thomas flew to San Francisco to meet his idol and record the song.
Uh-huh.
Smooth was Santana's first #1 song ever. It was on the top for 12 weeks in
Dang.
1999 and was his first to reach the top 10 in 30 years.
Wow.
So
Helped him make a comeback.
he won 9 Grammys. Santana made the cover of Rolling Stone in March 2000 without Thomas.
Oh.
The Charlie Daniels
Without
Band.
Thomas. Oh.
You remember the Charlie Daniels
yeah.
Band?
Legendary, buddy.
The song was The Devil Went Down to Georgia.
That would definitely be his biggest hit.
Starting his music career in 1959,
Uh-huh.
the fiddle player Charlie Daniels had enjoyed moderate success as a session musician and a songwriter. He was known in music circles, but the Charlie Daniels Band couldn't get much radio airplay. He was too country for rock stations, and he was too rock for country stations. So in '79, Daniels decided to write the ultimate fiddle song.
And boy, is it ever.
While brainstorming for ideas, he remembered a Stephen Vincent Benet poem he had learned in school called The Mountain Whippoorwill.
The Mountain
In the
Whippoorwill. Okay.
Hillbilly Jim enters a fiddling contest, and then all hell breaks loose in Georgia.
Oh, so that's what that. Well, I didn't know that.
Daniel modernized the words. We went into the studio
Cool.
with this is
I think that's it.
without any music.
Without any music.
Armed only with that poem about the boy who beats the devil, Daniels and his band did something just as improbable. They created a hit right there on the spot.
Wow.
The record company knew it too and released it as a single.
Mm-hmm.
The result, the song was a hit on country and rock stations
Wow.
and turned Daniels into a star.
Big
It
time.
was named the Country Music Single of the Year.
Wow. What about that? I didn't know that. Everybody knows that song, but I had no idea that's how it was inspired. That's pretty
Let
cool.
me tell you about the Battle Hymn of the Republic.
What's it called? The Battle Hymn of the Republic?
That was written by Julia Ward Howe.
Julia Ward Howe.
At the onset of the Civil War, Hope Howe was riding through the streets of Washington, D.C. with her husband one warm sunny evening, watching Union troops prepare for a battle.
Oh.
One group of men was sitting outside an inn singing a sad Southern folk song that began with John's brown body lies smoldering in the grave. I've heard that.
Okay.
Oh, Hal couldn't sleep that night. She couldn't get the tune out of her head, so she tried to think more about uplifting words, and out came, "Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored." This is what Carol Boyd had sung at her funeral.
Oh, okay. Okay.
She got out of bed and
I've heard of it, obviously, but I don't know the song.
She stayed up all night finishing the lyrics. A few days later, she brought the lyrics to her friend, the editor of Atlantic Monthly. He featured the song in the magazine, where it caught the eye of President Lincoln. And Lincoln loved it so much that he adopted the Battle Hymn of the Republic as a theme song of the Union Army.
So that's how that come to be? Okay.
John Brown's Body was a Southern folk song, but its melody was used to rally the Northern troops. Dixie was the theme song of the Confederates.
That makes sense.
It was written by a Northerner who had never even visited the South.
What the heck? I've heard it all now.
Let me tell you something. O.J. Simpson was originally cast for the title role in the movie The Terminator,
He was?
but was ultimately rejected because, according to the executive, people would never have believed a nice guy like O.J. would play the part of a ruthless killer.
Well, they get that wrong. Whoa.
These are some words from
Wow, that's
our
funny.
friend in Dunlap.
Oh,
Lala.
Lala. Hello, Lala. It's been
She
a while
says-
since we've read some Lala quotes.
When opportunity knocks, expect it to hand you loads, boots, and work gloves.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Be tender with the young, compassionate with the aged, sympathetic with the striving, and tolerant of the weak. Someday in life you will have been all of these.
Right.
That's
Smart
what
words.
George Washington Carver said that.
Oh, okay.
I've decided I'm not too old. I'm 25 plus skipping and handling. Shipping and handling, that's me.
That's pretty good. That was funny right there. 25 plus shipping and handling.
Okay. Lust of power is the strongest of all passions.
I can see that.
People with power want more power.
Yeah. They go. Some
That's
people.
sad.
It's very sad. Some
That's
people don't need power. They can't handle it, and it definitely goes to their head, and they go crazy.
I've heard this all my life. I didn't know it was a Latin proverb. Practice makes perfect.
Yeah, I've heard that. It's a Latin proverb.
That's a Latin
Yeah.
proverb.
Well, I've never would have guessed that, but yeah, I've always heard that.
The sweetest of all sounds is praise.
Yeah, for sure. For anybody.
I don't know why that is, but people want to be told they're good looking. They want to be told they're powerful.
Whatever. Yeah, they want compliments.
Compliment.
Yeah. Well, some people crave that more than others, obviously, but the compliment's a lot better than the opposite, isn't it?
Ralph Waldo Emerson said this.
I've heard of him.
He was a writer.
Okay.
Some will always be above others. Destroy the inequality today, and it will appear again tomorrow.
Mm.
Some will always be above others. That's true.
Yeah.
I wasn't born in a log cabin, but my family moved into one as soon as they could afford it. You never realize the blessing of being born poor until you get over it. Poverty is a state of mind caused by a neighbor's new car.
That's pretty good.
That's very good.
That could have been a joke easily there.
Okay, it's ready for jokes.
Yeah. That
Joke
last
time.
one was definitely the
Joke
beginning of jokes.
98% of the adults in this country
Mm-hmm.
are hardworking, decent, honest Americans. That's
Right.
98%. It's the other lousy 2% that get all the attention. But then we elected them. That's Lily Tomlin. Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, that's a good one.
If you have to ask the price, you can't afford it. But if you can't afford it, tell everyone what you paid.
That's right.
Before drawing boards were invented, what did they go back to?
Dang, I don't know.
Go back to the drawing board. That's what
I
they
guess so, yeah.
Spring forward, fall back,
Fall back.
winter in Miami. Why are lawyers buried 10 feet down?
I don't know.
Because deep down, they're really not that bad.
Oh, okay.
Ever stop to think? Forget to start again.
You dinger. All the time.
The
Sometimes.
judge,
Oh, go ahead.
the judge had just awarded a divorce to Beth,
Mm-hmm.
who had requested support payments. He said to the now ex-husband,
Mm-hmm.
I have decided to give your wife $400 a month for support.
Child supporters.
That's fine, Judge,
It just says support. Okay.
said the ex.
Mm-hmm.
Once in a while, I'll chip in a few dollars myself.
He thought the judge was just going to pay it, didn't he?
After being married for 30 years,
Wow.
a man said, honey, do you realize 30 years ago I had a cheap apartment, a cheap car, I slept on a pull-out bed and watched a 13-inch black and white television. But I got to sleep every night with a 21-year-old hot blonde. You've put on a bit of weight. Sometimes your roots show and your body isn't what it used to be. It seems to me you're not holding up your end of things. Now the wife, a reasonable woman,
Right.
told him he could get out and find a hot 21-year-old blonde. She'd make sure he'd once again have a cheap apartment, a cheap car, and be sleeping on a sofa bed. She wouldn't take care of him. Anytime things seem to be going better, you overlook something.
Ain't that the truth? That is so true.
Any task worth doing was worth doing yesterday.
truth to that one too.
We don't have the time or the money to do it right, but we'll find the time and money to do it all over again.
Yeah, exactly.
You know it's a bad day when your blind date is your ex-wife.
That's a bad day.
If you saw your ex-wife and her lawyer drowning in a swimming pool, what would you do? Go to lunch or take in a movie? What? Listen to this. What should you do if you see your ex-husband rolling around in pain on the ground? Shoot him again. Junk is something you've kept for years. You throw away 3 weeks before you need it again.
That's about the truth. Yeah, junk. Yeah.
This is me. Middle age is when you choose your cereal for the fiber, not for the body, not for the toy. Forgive your enemies. It messes up their heads.
It does. It messes with their heads bad. Catches them off guard.
Families are like fudge, mostly sweet with a few nuts.
That is so true. That's the best one so far.
I want to close with some cat tails.
Okay.
Cat tails.
That was funny.
Let me get a drink of water.
Well, yeah, well, I think we'll allow you not drink any. So I'm going to get me a drink of water too, Papa. Yeah, just one or two more and we're good. It's going to be hard to top the ones you've already told.
Cats do pretty much what they want.
Yeah, yeah.
When they want to play, they want to be left alone.
Yeah.
When you want to be alone, they want to play.
That's so true.
They leave hair everywhere.
Yeah.
They drive you crazy and cost an arm and a leg.
Amen to all that so far.
I had someone tell me last week that their cat bill was $3,000 with the vet.
Good grief. That's ridiculous.
Conclusion about cats. They're tiny little women in cheap fur coats. They're tiny little women in cheap fur coats.
That's a good one.
But you know what man's best friend is?
A dog.
A dog.
Mm-hmm.
Not a cat.
Yeah, cats want. Yeah, I mean, they want love and but they want it when they want it.
That's exactly right.
One thing, those are all good. One thing I will say though, like cats and dogs, know this: if you're around somebody, say a situation, a dog didn't like them, and then another situation, a cat didn't like them. Chances are, you can bet your bottom dollar, that's not a good person you're being around. Because cats and dogs sense things 20 times better than we do. They really do. It's amazing that how much better their senses are than ours, that's for sure.
Well, they say a dog is a man's best friend.
Mm-hmm.
I say there have been a lot of stories told about how a dog stayed with the master.
Oh, yeah.
And saved his life.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's true. Well, congratulations. I will say congratulations to the Lady Warriors in softball. They had a really good win over Sequatchie County the other night in the last inning. Bledsoe got a hit and got the win.
Well,
so
what about
the baseball team did suffer their first loss, but they're still having a good year so far.
They're having a good year. They won about 9 games.
Yeah, so they're both off to a really good start. And I found out, Lady Warriors lost to Chattanooga Christian in softball. I found out Chattanooga Christian is a private school now, and so that's why they were so good. So I was wondering about that. But like I said, they did recover well and beat Sequatchie County. And you can listen to the Lady Warriors softball games on WUAT. We carry most of the home games. So, but congratulations, both the softball and baseball team. Both of them off to a really good start so far this year.
Today is April the 4th, April the 20th is Easter. So let me be the first one to wish all you
Happy Easter. And the 19th, there's an Easter egg hunt somewhere. I remember saying that in the announcements. But anyway, folks, that's it for this edition of the Albert and Billy Show. Hope you guys have a great weekend and a great week, and we'll see you guys next time. So long, folks.
See you later.
Hey, folks, Albert and Billy here. You're watching us on Channel 18, BTC Fiber. Check us out on BTC Fiber YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and like. And check out our Facebook page. Be sure to like and share. Thanks, everybody, for watching.